co-host. But no, so we are at the Table Podcast. You know this. I'm KeyDotTee. I will be going by Key, my co-host.
I'm Mike. I'll be going by Mike.
I'm Shy Kese. I'm going by Kese.
All right. I'm Milwaukee born and raised. You know, Mesmer High School. If y'all know what that is, shouts out to Mesmer. Class of 2014.
Big shouts.
2014.
And then we pan over to our guest.
What up? It's AWillThaGreat. Also, Mesmer alumni, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Proudly representing.
Good to have you.
Salutations all.
Thank you, man.
Tell them,
brother.
And if you wouldn't mind, you know, you can actually tell them where we at. What did you do yourself?
We are live!
We live.
Baby!
We are live.
Big
in
live.
Studio 440.
Yes, sir.
Also in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I am part owner of this beautiful establishment here. Recording studio here in Milwaukee. We got a photo and a recording studio. Yeah, get it right. All on the side.
Well, I got you, bro. Good promo. Good promo.
We let's see, what all do? We do music recording here, photos, videos, graphic design, creative consulting, things like that. I'm an engineer in here. I do photography as well. I'm trying to think what else y'all do. I do a lot, man.
Just tell them what you
everything.
don't do.
Yeah, man.
Everything
you want, he got it.
Sleep is the only thing I don't do. That's about it. But yeah, Studio 440 where dreams come true for a very low price.
Very low price.
I love it.
But yeah, so in case any of y'all ever need any of y'all media challenges tackled, please contact Studio 440, myself, two other great people by the name of Cole Visions and Cam also run this establishment. We just announced and opened Studio B. We're in Studio A right now. Studio B is the photo studio, the multi-purpose studio. But this is where all the real shit happens. It is in this studio here. So we have to bless y'all with the best.
Most definitely.
We appreciate you. So no, actually, so getting off of that, anybody who is tuning in, you know what you need to know is what we are all about here is promoting brands, promoting businesses, promoting people such as themselves who have things they want to do or say. And keep that moving too. And
Most definitely here at the Table Podcast. This is our first time doing this. And we got a lot of new things for you guys, and we want you to know. First question that we want to ask you, how is it being an entrepreneur for the first time in your life?
You want my
I want
PG
the
answer?
I want the honest. I want the real.
We want you to keep it.
I want the real
We want you to
deal.
keep it
No
honest.
cut. Be honest with us.
how is it to take the leap?
Yes, most definitely.
I honestly, this ain't me being cocky or nothing like that. But as far as I can think, this is probably the hardest profession.
Okay.
Not like specifically what I do, but how I go about doing it.
Yeah.
Being
Like
a sole proprietor. You know
like
what I
a
mean? Being your own
freelance
boss,
kind of-
freelance.
Okay.
Owning your own studio, owning your own space, running your own, just whatever you do, just being your own boss in your own company, being your brand. It's probably the hardest thing I feel like anyone can do because there's no security. There's no job security. There's no insured security. There's no benefits.
I feel that.
You are really doing this for the love.
That's crazy.
Let me see. This is a don't work, don't eat.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I feel that. Especially because I just started getting benefits.
Yeah.
So now I'm finally
Yeah.
that adulting thing. I'm like, dang, okay, I see why this was useful for other people. Like,
Yeah.
So you starting to get, you starting to
not
feel
having
like
this
you
You
feel
gotta imagine me
that's
too,
all
being
cash,
like
all racks.
being someone who works at a job. Actually, a couple of jobs. The last two jobs I worked at have maybe top 10 benefits for their jobs in the country, right?
Yeah.
So to step away from that, to step away from guaranteed paycheck every week or every 2 weeks or whatever it is, knowing how much I'm gonna make, knowing how to budget my bills and all this stuff, to going from moving that aside to just really focusing on what you want to do. You really got to crack down on making sure that everything you do is priority. You really have to start working for your service because then if you take a day off, miss a couple sessions, miss a couple days, all of a sudden you're down $200-300. or however, you know what I mean. So then you got to try and bounce back, and the bounce back is always harder than the come up.
I think the only thing I could ask going off of that is, do you feel like, just to talk about the city, do you feel like the city has been welcoming to you overall? Like, has there been support?
Contrary to popular belief that most people try to pass on, I do feel like people will support you.
That's what I was curious about, because I don't see all the hate as much as I hear about it.
No, and here's what I've started to figure out. A lot of people want support in silence. Once you get used to that, like, okay, for example, let's turn it over to me doing music. I almost will never know.
AWill the Great.
Right, just throwing it out there.
Look it up.
AWill the Great.
Look it up.
You
We
know,
keep that on the low.
no,
Look
man,
it up.
You don't let them know.
Ain't no
AWill
lows.
the Great, man.
Always
Check
on the
them out.
highs. Look
I don't
them
brag
up,
on
man.
ability.
Midas
Look
Touch.
them up, man.
You know,
Might as well.
Look them up, man.
Might as well brag on
Hey,
it.
Will the
It's
Great.
about
Look 'em up, man.
God-given ability, my
Look
nigga.
them up, man. Hey,
Good
Will the
promo.
Great, man. Look them up.
we here for that. Good promo. Come,
guys are
come to the
being
table.
Most definitely. You come
table
to
for
the
the
table,
promo.
you get represented the right way.
All the
Ain't
time.
no other way but the table way. So come this way.
Yeah, one more time. AWill the Great.
AWill the Great.
That's
Hey, Will the-
THA.
Yeah, yes,
Pointed
sir.
at him.
THA, by the way. Get your
Yes,
stuff
sir.
off, sir. Get your
Midas
stuff
Touch.
off. Get your stuff off.
THAEAT.
He is. Let them know.
Yes, sir.
But for example, with music, you know, you can kind of see, you can read analytics. You can see you have a lot of listeners or not a lot of listeners. You can see where people are fucking with you, where they're not. But then on just a day-to-day basis, if you don't have people continuously in your face saying, I like this, or I like that, or I fuck with this, or you did that, or I like that you did that, you'll never know who's actually listening. So like for me, I drop a song, if nobody retweets or likes whatever I post, for all I know, nobody fucks with it. Nobody knows it exists.
Right.
I get that.
But when I go to events and I'm in these people's faces and they telling me, hey, I really like your last song, didn't know you even heard it. So
Okay,
I
feel
do
that.
think people will support you.
I have seen that. I
The
have seen
studio, like, what I've known for people to support you is you have to have something to show for it, for one. You have to give it time. People don't give it time. That's the biggest thing. People come out the gate and say, hey, here's my new product. Do you like it? No response. Y'all don't fuck with me. Where's the support?
Right.
This studio's been open it's been a year now. A year and a month.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think after we hit that half year when we really started to see people start coming in. I've been doing music going on 4 years. It wasn't until last year people really, really, really started to show.
Right.
Yeah, so some love
You know what I'm
too.
saying? So it just takes time.
Yeah.
People have to get registered with you.
So here, my question to you is like, what's the best thing to you about making your own music and just making music in general?
About making music, the process. As cliche as that is.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm in here 12 hours at a time sometimes.
12 hours, shit, just
Like
getting
work.
Yeah, like there's been days in here I lose track of time. To be honest with
Most
you.
definitely.
No, this is a true story. I was in here one night and I looked at the clock and said, "Oh shit, I have to be at work an hour." I'm not joking. And I left out of here, took a shower, went home, and was at work in like 30 minutes. So like
That's the grind.
the
though.
process of it, I
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
and honestly, I
Most
think I'm really good.
I
don't
mean,
think-
well,
I don't think
not-
people who think they trash.
Not to toot your own horn.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Man,
sure.
toot your
man.
own horn.
Man,
This the table podcast. We toot horns. We put on. We show love.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
probably
the table.
process. Going in and out of here, being able to play with my own stuff.
Most
like,
definitely.
pause.
Right.
I wasn't gonna say it. I was gonna let you say it.
That was-
So I'm glad you said it.
That was a bad
Pause is
Most
definitely podcast.
You have to pause.
But
You know,
every time.
I
You
think
can
that's
do
with
that, man.
anything you enjoy. I don't think you really, I don't think you really think of the negatives or everything. If you something you enjoy, I think you genuinely will have the most fun with it. And
You have fun, but it's negative.
yeah, it's not. Oh yeah, most
Don't get me
definitely it's
wrong.
negative. Yeah.
It is
So
a
shit
lot
don't
of
go your
negative.
way.
with that being negative and knowing that there are negative, what are some ways you feel like you handle those negatives? Like, what are some ways you can feel like
For the business or for making music?
for both? Like for
overall.
both overall. Like, how do you feel like you handle that? Like when
For
it comes-
business, it's a little different. For business, you kind of have to understand that there are trends.
Mhm.
Some days it's down, some days it's up. I can go week, 2 weeks, month maybe, very, very slow business, hit a pocket, and I don't have no time for nobody for like a stretch.
Right.
It really just got to kind of understand that it's up and down, it's seasonal. So for business, I kind of basically just once I came to that understanding, just found ways to finding work around the non-work.
Okay.
So that's how I do that for like the studio. So if we go a couple days without hearing from a client or nobody wants to book a session, all right, cool. What else can I do? And I do so much other stuff. I'll start reaching out to people. I'll start promoting the studio more. You find something to try and get business back popping.
Yes, sir.
For music, it's a little different. For music, it's more personal. You gotta really, it's an internal battle. So you really have to fight those. You really have to fight your own thoughts, fight your own self, and keep making music. Honestly, same way in basketball, they tell you keep shooting on a bad shooting night.
Yeah,
you gotta keep shooting.
You'll find your rhythm and shit.
Right.
Big game, pick it up, free game at the table.
Free game.
Pick it up, free game at the table.
Keep shooting till you make it. I've been in here where I'm like, every song, I hate this song,
But even the fact that what you were saying, find something to do when you don't have nothing to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just making use of time, man.
And honestly, another thing I learned was, this is a free game for all my creatives out there. Anytime you're hitting that block where you just like, I can't come up with nothing.
This is what I need to hear.
Step the fuck away.
So you step
Leave. I ain't made a song in 2 weeks.
Interesting.
Really?
And I feel more anxious to make one now than I did when I couldn't make one 2 weeks ago.
Because it make you want to get back in there.
Yeah, and you just sometimes, for some people, like for me, because I don't just...
If that's what you about to do, I'm sticking around, just so you know.
I mean,
You want to be around for the music?
I don't really like...
After hours.
I don't...
Ooh, okay, all right.
Hey, you hear it.
Yeah, I just... If it's not there, it's not there.
Most definitely.
You really just can't do nothing with it. So that's the free game. If it's not there, just find something else until it gets there.
Find it. You gotta find it. So with that, you had something to keep?
Well, I was just gonna say, like, on a good day, you in the studio, like, what's the most amount of songs you made in one day?
Most amount I did, let's see, top of the year I did 9.
Damn. You ain't playing, nigga.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I'm happy
He
to
said no,
I'm happy
I
to hear
don't.
realistic answers.
He said no,
Right, I
I
mean,
don't.
You know, after you see an article
200?
that's where they're talking about like
Yeah.
how Young Thug and is that Lil Uzi made like
So it is
1,500
possible.
songs
Now,
or
I
something
will
like
say,
that. I'm like,
now that's not impossible.
I know
but
it's not
just
impossible,
very,
but
it's,
come on.
It's low quality music.
Like, in a day,
That was
like,
gonna also be my point. Like with it being such fast paced,
Yeah, like,
okay.
it's-
You do feel like a lot.
if you doing 20 songs in a night,
Right.
you bullshitting your way the most.
I would think.
Impossible, fam.
I would
Yeah, okay.
think.
Trust me, I have tried.
Most definitely.
Like, I've gone in there, put a beat on with nothing written down, mumble some shit, came out. Okay, that's a song.
yeah,
Like,
I
you
mean,
can do
it's
that.
A process. It's a
Like,
process.
at this point, if you just find a melody, you got a song.
Free game. This is free game, people. You gotta listen.
Most artists are probably already on that too.
Probably like
I mean,
Most
9,
people
10 and a
I
9.
watch
Yep.
make music, mumble
lot
their
of
life away, and then rewrite over it. Like,
That's what I've been doing.
like for real.
Yeah, you got some
Everybody
artists
picking
that
up on this.
just say a line and
It's
then
so
they come
common.
back to it and shit. Like, are you one of those artists that's like, you'll say one verse or something, come back to it in a couple of days and just finish it up, or you kind of just go through the whole
I'm
thing?
obsessive, right? If I start, I have to
That
finish
battery
that
getting
song.
Okay.
low.
I
feel you.
have to finish that song. But I try not to spend too long on it, or else then I know I'm forcing it. But if I'm spending more time writing the song than I am making the song, then I won't even record it.
Okay.
But it's some songs where I'll have the bare minimum written down, go in there, and then just flesh out about. Oh, we good? Okay. Yeah, then I'll just go in the other. Now I'll just finish the rest of the song, like in the actual booth itself, recording process. That's why I say the process of it is more fun than actually doing anything else.
Yeah, sure. I agree with that. I ain't gonna lie. You know, I wish I could spend way more time than I do artists.
Hey, Key ain't gonna say it, but he ain't gonna say it, but he.
I'm not here for this.
Oh, I thought this was. Good
Yo,
prep.
it's
Good
promo
promo.
for you.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't get in the studio.
Yeah,
for
Keys,
people.
There it
we
is.
know what you
There it
do,
is.
bro.
See, I ain't
The thing
even
is,
have to
bro,
say nothing.
They already told you
Low key
naturally
on Twitter,
talented,
man.
my
Catch
nigga.
me. You know,
One more time.
it's all good. We gonna put it in. The
Oh, yeah,
bio
for
and all
sure.
that. It's gonna be there.
Most definitely.
Bio, low key.
Here, try that.
We appreciate that.
Give us one quick second.
Try this. Does that work? Against this?
Questionable. Wow.
Yeah.
Ingenuity,
Yes,
baby.
sir.
Quick fixes.
Didn't drop out of college for nothing.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, since we done lost the topic we were at, just to segue, I guess an overall topic I'm sure you can easily weigh in on. How do you feel about the current state of music? Even it could be anything. If it could be an artist you like, it could be how you feel about representation. Because I do feel like it's funny how many different races of artists are popping. You know, I like that. I like the diversity right now. So
Musically, I think music is probably at the best it's ever been.
Okay.
As far as accessibility, as far as range, like you have so many different subgenres, you know what I'm saying? As far as sounds, you got a lot of pockets of sound. You don't just have those 1 or 2 or 3 famous people and then a bunch of nobodies. The internet, I feel like music is arguably at its best place.
Most definitely.
On the business end, I feel like it's probably at one of its worst.
Okay.
I'm curious to actually hear more about this.
Just as someone, as an independent act, I feel like it's probably at its worst for people trying to make money from music, because that ship is sailed. That's gone. It's over. No, that's over. Like I keep telling everybody who asks me about how I love doing music or if they want to do music, I tell everybody the same exact thing. If you're not doing it for the love, you will be highly disappointed when you pull that curtain back and see, oh, this shit is kind of fucked up. I made a status not too long ago that a lot of people, I don't really think understand, that artists have to actually pay for their music to be posted on the same sites that people are paying almost nothing to hear it for. So the return on investment is very minimal unless you're an anomaly like a Drake or a
We talking
Taylor
about streaming
Swift.
services, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
For streaming, yeah, for sure.
I'm just only doing that for the listeners.
Yeah, no, for streaming, yes. For streaming, it's you really gotta get a lot of backdoor money, and even then, sometimes you might not get what you're worth. You know, because everybody's trying to either save $1, or just straight up not pay for their shit. So, business-wise, I feel like it's hard
For the artists, do you think?
for sure. For a lot of people, for the
but
artists.
you do your engineering thing. Do you feel like there's a fall off with that? You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like you're not getting as much as you would have at another time or anything along those lines?
That, for me, is a little different only because I work at my own rates. So I can kind of set, like, okay, I want this much. You know what I'm saying? Like, me being just at this independent studio here, we don't have, like, any label ties or we're not doing any points on our album. We're dealing with mostly local artists who aren't at a level to where they have to start distributing percentages off to people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. At that level, then even still, it gets tricky. There's a lot of engineer stories I've heard where people have been fucked over because they never got payment from an album that they mixed for 6 months. You know what I mean? But for engineering, no, I think it's fine for me right now because I can set my own price. I can work at my own pace. Like I said, the benefits
you make your own rules.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
But as an artist, you can still make your own rules, but you are working under a lot more limitations.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Like I could easily set up my own domain and make a website where you can only hear my music if you buy the digital download.
Okay. Right.
But realistically, if you tell somebody to go to this website and you're not a known act,
they're not gonna go on your
the
website.
probability of you getting a lot of traffic may not be high. Granted, on the flip side, I get 100% profit. Okay. It depends on how you look at it.
So you kind of learned all this stuff by yourself.
Yeah, getting fucked over will teach you a lot.
I mean, shit, trial and error.
Yeah.
Like
no,
Mike
with
said.
that and just research, I try to learn from other people's mistakes as much as possible because it's very easy to get screwed.
So,
it's very easy.
Knowing that, what would your advice be to someone who's looking at your type of way of going about doing this thing solo? How do you feel like you can give them advice and help them along the way so they don't run into those kind of bumps?
Yeah, what would you
Because I
tell
feel like,
newcomers?
you know, it's a lot of people out here, like you said, who get screwed over. And like you said, you've seen it, you've probably been a part of it, and I'm pretty sure that's affected you in a way.
Don't lose the passion for it because that kind of is pretty much what carries me past, like, wanting to stop.
Yeah, that's the energy.
Times I done woke up, and you can ask anybody who make music. I guarantee they've had the same exact thought. You know how many times I woke up and said, "Fuck this, I'm not making another song."
Sure
You know how much money I could save and time I could save by not making music.
Over anything else you said,
It's like, man, you wake up some days and just be like, that many people didn't hear that last song.
Right.
Realistically, I mean,
that's
so it's like
every artist or entertainer think the same thing. Yo, like, man, what the fuck am I even doing this for? So if you lose the passion, everything done.
Mentally, the internet is like the best and worst thing to happen.
Yeah, it's like a silent killer.
Because it's like on one side, I can promote myself anyway. I can gain way more visibility. On the flip side, oh, this person is doing way better than me, and I have to look at this every single day and remind it. Oh, this person who doesn't do as much work as I do is telling people they should be working harder. It's not a diss to anybody who may take that as such, because that is a very, very specific line. That's not a diss at all to anybody. It's a generic statement. But things like that, it's kind of like the Instagram effect, basically. It's like, even not on Instagram, you have to see, oh, so you mean to tell me I've been busting my ass for 2-3 years, but you can just pay to get 3 million streams on it? Oh, the fuck am I doing? You know what I mean?
Basically.
So when you got some people who pay to play, you got some people who do some other massage their alliances with some people.
Oh, yeah.
But
I mean, connections are everything.
they are, but at some point, like for the people who don't have those alliances, then you have to wonder, is not having these alliances going to get me in the same spot at some point as the people who have them? And if it is, when is that coming? Because I've been waiting for a while. So you got to fight that battle. That's why I say if you don't have passion for it, you're not going to last long.
And you're not going to
succeed. A lot of people think music is something you can do, but get a quick check and get out. Granted, you can finesse a couple dollars out of anything, don't get me wrong.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like my goal is longevity with anything I do. I want to be known for doing a high quality work for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's another reason why I feel like my biggest accomplishment last year, like the most reassuring thing for me last year was the fact that as a solo act, I dropped like 9 songs last year compared to people who drop 20, 30 songs in a year or whatever. Right. I was very, very absent as far as like my solo shit.
Yeah.
But the impact that I had throughout the whole year was extremely busy. Like,
you were everywhere.
Was on 2 or 3 different projects last year. Was performing everywhere. Look at this, I'm professional.
You were everywhere. Things happen at the table, man.
Performing everywhere, like just being everywhere, and then having a lot of people come up to me and just tell me how much they like this or that, or how much they anticipate the next thing. It gives you
that gives you a confidence boost.
You know what I'm saying? So having that confirmation is cool too. But like I said, if you don't have a love for it, you're not gonna last.
Yeah, man. I mean,
the love for it carries.
I say fuck it, man. If you got 9 songs that impact people and that you love the most, then fuck 23 songs, yo. If that touched somebody, I mean, it touched somebody, and that's all that matters.
And that's honestly, this is gonna sound cliche, but that is honestly what I actually do it for. Because when I first started doing music, I had no intentions on being public with any of my work. I'm like, who's gonna listen to this, right? You know what I'm saying? You know, so you have to. I had that at first, and then it was like, kind of nice little beat to it, kind of nice little groove, you know what I'm saying? Then that came into, so then it became, when people came up to me and then like said, hey, I really like this song. Like people I've never met before that live in areas I've never been to, said, I really like this music. You know, you're really good. Okay, so then
he was like, okay, let me throw something out there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Let me catch my line in the water and type shit. Yeah, okay.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. What's going on, guys?
We're just running a little time check, you know, see how long we've been.
We at 24, good 24 right now.
Oh, we didn't even feel like 24, honestly.
Yeah,
this is feeling pretty good.
Chemistry going on. Also, just gotta chime in on how you said just always find something to do. I just feel like that's a big key. Like it's honestly about just always working. Like there's nothing, you know. That's a big piece of advice for people that, because I know a lot of people who want stuff and they're honestly good at stuff and just don't.
Productivity has to be very high on those.
And I lack myself, so like I feel it. Like I just watching it though, seeing it, I'm like, yeah, that's a big thing. Like it's hard. It's easy to say, but it's harder to do.
It's harder to
it's a lot harder to do, man.
Keep yourself busy.
24 hours in a day.
Man.
Key is confusing productivity for perfectionists. Because Key knows
this is a personal attack.
This is not an attack. This is an intervention. We are your friends.
Yeah, it's okay. We get it because we know how you are, man.
Yeah, no. Key here, we only going by Key, right?
We know how you are, Key.
All right.
We know how, at the table, Key, we know how you are. You can't hide.
Wow.
It's big.
Right, spotlight on you, my nigga.
He is productive. Boy, will it take a long time.
I mean,
He ain't lying.
I mean, Key that type of nigga
I'm
that.
still waiting on the beat
He ain't lying.
I mean,
from 2016.
it's 2019.
it's 3 years ago, my nigga.
That's Key, man. We gotta get on
How
Key,
that
man.
beat coming, bro?
I mean, I think Key one of them niggas like he wanted to be 110%.
It gotta
It's
be
done,
everything.
bro.
It's
Like,
done. What are you talking about?
We just gotta do it.
Hey, ain't no rushing you from my end, my
Track
nigga. I
is
know
done.
you want to be 100%
Man,
before you send
Key.
it off. So,
I'll be done when I be done, man. It's all good.
Yeah, you
like,
know
like
what's
you
coming.
said, do it for the love. I ain't no rush.
Honestly, if he put out one beat his whole life and took 5 years to do it, but it's the most amazing thing I've ever heard,
Then you got
I'll
work.
give you a pass. I'll give
You
you a
got
pass.
work, Key.
I'll give you a
I'm not
pass.
even talking about the beat. I'm talking about anything.
sound like you got some work to do.
I'm putting you on the 5-year clock. If you hit 5 years before I hear a beat,
Okay.
you got square up.
It's over. Okay. Okay.
You got
My
square
nigga
up.
catching fades.
You heard it right here.
You gonna square up when we
You
get
heard
to
it right here at
Kansas.
the
Fades.
I'm
The
studying
fade
for the
going on.
GRE right now, so that's my, my thing that I'm gonna use.
Time to
is
throw acronyms
working on.
in
You
there.
know,
You know
what
it's
I'm
something important. You know what I mean?
You know when you, that's Key for you, man.
But no,
Big college term.
actually, as we're moving on, I guess we can just throw this in. You know, something we gonna do every time you tune in. There's gonna be some type of top 5.
Top 5, top 5.
Cute.
5 something.
Cute
Top
top
five.
5 effect in the background. You
Top
know,
five,
for
top
the live,
five.
y'all can't hear that, but it's
Top
definitely
5. Yes, sir. Top 5.
Let me go reset the camera. Y'all keep
So go ahead, dude.
Top 5.
So all that's gonna be today. We're gonna do movies because one thing about AWill the Great. Once again, AWill the Great. On
AWill the Great.
all,
We'll say it
all
again.
streaming services.
That's THA.
You did.
THA.
Yeah.
Great.
I actually forgot what I was saying, but
Something about-
he's into
Yeah.
movies. AWill the Great. He's into
I'm
movies.
a huge
movie fanatic.
Yeah, fanatic. I was gonna say
Movie guy.
buff, but fanatic works.
He's
Look,
the man
there
for
you go.
movies.
I'm
I ain't mean to cut you off.
huge movie fanatic. I probably know more about movies than I know about myself.
And that's saying something. That's kind of sad. That's saying something.
I'm like in tune with my chakras and whatnot. But,
Y'all.
no,
That like
Tunes
God.
with your
no, I love movies. I've always wanted to be like an actor or just in the entertainment industry. Period. So like, movies is kind of like I'm like the huge Chicago Bulls fan who can't let go of Michael Jordan being like the greatest ever.
6 rings.
Yeah, I'm like that with movies. Like that's my Bulls. That's my Lakers.
Skip Bayless.
Yeah, exactly.
You skip
That's
Bayless,
exactly
my
how
nigga.
I am with the movies. Like I can run down these stats all night. Like what's really good. So
Well,
yeah,
then
what's
do
up?
you mind going first for
the
you
top
know?
5?
You don't actually have to do 5. The guest doesn't necessarily have to give us 5. But if you have 5 movies for 2018, you know,
Run us down, Barnes.
run back, run down. That was my fault. I'm so sorry.
My number
Sorry,
one.
live.
My number one is the only one that's in order. And if you know me, you know what this movie is. It's Avengers: Infinity War.
Okay.
That's number one.
I got that one too. I got that one.
All right, the rest of these can be mixed up in any order from here. We got Infinity War, A Quiet Place. Oh man, some good movies came out.
He's
last
going
year.
to his references. Google.
Got to get the list out.
He's going to Google
Okay,
for
we
the
got,
There's
references.
nothing wrong with
I
that.
got Infinity War too.
All right, Infinity War. We got what did I just say? Quiet
Quiet
Place.
Place.
Yep.
I'm putting Halloween on there.
Okay, I fuck with that.
I might put Mission Impossible Fallout on
I
there,
actually
too.
like that
I
movie.
missed that one. I don't think
It's
I've seen
it's
enough
good. It's
movies
good,
to share.
man.
And personally, I really enjoy Bohemian Rhapsody.
I heard good things. Can you actually
I
just
really
real
like
quick
that
tell us
movie.
what that's even about?
All right, so for those who don't know, Bohemian Rhapsody is a biopic about the band Queen.
Okay.
And it's about Freddie Mercury and like their trials and tribulations coming up and stuff up until a certain point. I'm trying to think. So it was really good for the fact that it was like really accurate for the actors, the story, the performance scenes were like almost spot on. And then that was one of the movies I heard all the music. I'm like, they made that song? They made that song? Oh, they got hits. They got hits. Like
I think I would feel the same way.
like any movie that can make me go back and listen to all 80s music for a month after I seen it,
Yeah.
It's a good ass movie.
I'm putting you on my top 5. I put
Good ass
Queen
movie.
greatest hits on my phone.
You
For
know-
like, shout out to Apple Music, you know, that $10 a month, and shout out to Verizon for the free Apple Music. Free game,
Wow.
get you to Verizon. Free Apple Music.
You would think
Verizon
we had
Club.
sponsors.
Verizon
You didn't
Club.
think we was trying to get us some. But no, yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody was really good for that. And what did I say before that? Halloween was probably one of the better horror movies to come out. Even for it being like number 13.
You know what? And motherfuckers saying it's not scary, but they haven't seen the other one, so you wouldn't understand. Cause like I was watching it. I got motherfuckers like, what the fuck is this even about? So I'm saying like,
who are you watching?
Bro,
yeah, like who?
I'm in the theater, bro. I'm in the theater, and it's a bitch like in behind me. I'm gonna get off track. It was a girl behind. You know what I mean? Like she was behind me. She was like, you know, he not even fucking dead. So I'm saying like, yo, some people like trying to watch it. So I'm saying, and she's saying like, oh my god, bitch, look at him. So it was, but I loved it, yo. I came out there
going to Mayfair to watch movies.
Bro, I was in Menominee Falls, my nigga.
Actually, if y'all want to,
y'all would think I was bougie.
give a couple of y'all movies. Go ahead.
I mean, I would say my top 5 would it would have to go along the lines of like Black Klansman.
Great movie.
I missed that.
I would say like okay, do you know what this?
I know what it's about, but if you want to just give a premise, just
so basically, it's about Black Klansman is a movie about a guy named Ron Stallworth. He infiltrated the young AWill. He infiltrated the KKK, and he was a black guy, so he was like the first ever guy to do it, and he was a part of the. He was part of the police force. I'm not sure out of which state or whatever, but anyway, he was a guy who infiltrated the KKK. He was able to find out their secret handshake. He was able to find out the way to communicate. He was able to he even got a card with his name on it. And the way it worked was a white officer would actually engage with the KKK, go to the meetings, but he was the black voice on the phone, but they never knew he was a black guy based off his voice. They thought he was a white guy. So basically he was able to get meetings with the head honcho over there with the KKK. I believe his name is David Duke or something like that.
I think so. Actually.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's David Duke. I'm pretty sure that's his name.
That sounds like a KKK.
Yeah, it sounds like the head of a
David Duke.
David Duke, the guy. Sounds like a bunch of
car
leaders. But so yeah, he was the guy over there, and he was able to infiltrate them and basically bring down their core to a certain extent. But as we know, the KKK is still running, so he didn't do much there. But then I'll also say Black Panther, A Quiet Place, and Bird Box was definitely.
Segue.
I mean, but like honestly, like, are we lying though? Like, I mean, are we lying? Like,
that's a different topic for another day.
Yeah,
you know?
Right?
That's a whole
Okay,
different
like I'm not
episode.
lying, right?
He made Homeboy like Superman on it.
I'm saying,
like,
do that
like, he
much.
did it. You know what I'm
KKK still
saying?
here.
But they
he's still alive,
here.
man.
Like he's still alive.
Mike wanted them to just like annihilate them.
Like like he did something. Like he got in there.
Nigga still alive.
You know what I'm saying? Like do something.
Motherfucker
But
still out here.
All out, G.
everybody, like get him out of there. But no, like seriously, he didn't.
Not a
do,
handful,
like
my
he
nigga.
did something, you know, but he didn't do much. He got a
Enough to
little.
get a movie.
Right, he did enough to get a movie. You know what I'm saying?
no.
Years later, but
I think I caught the rest of your list. Bird Box,
Bird Box and
Black Panther.
Black Panther.
which is another one of mine.
Quiet Place. And then I wanted to say The Hate You Give, but I fell asleep on that. So I'm not gonna just entertain.
Well, I'm gonna let Key go ahead. You wanna go?
No, I'm not even. They know I want to go in on the Hate You Give, and I'm just not gonna do it. I'm not gonna go in yet. I'm not gonna go in on it yet.
I'm gonna go in on it.
Okay, so
Okay.
look, yeah. So since he remembered, you can just do your list first.
Okay, so I got Creed 2.
Okay,
I got Infinity War, which is probably my number one.
everybody list.
I was
Not
gonna
mine.
pick Black Panther, but you know, everybody you already know it's gonna be on the list, so I ain't wanna do it. Excuse me.
Keep going. Keep going.
I got You Were Never Really Here,
What's that?
which is with Joaquin Phoenix. You ever seen Taxi Driver with Robert De Niro and
Yeah.
man,
No, the promo for this movie might have sucked. Did y'all know this?
he
Never heard of him.
What's the name
man,
one more time?
like the You Were Never Really Here. And he was just basically this army vet, and he kind of like rescues kid prostitutes. But then politics come into play, and you know it's shit get crazy. So y'all want to watch it? I don't even want to.
Oh, you're not gonna tell it.
I ain't gonna
You
tell the
gotta
rest.
see it.
Y'all gotta see it. I ain't gonna tell the rest.
Y'all gotta see it.
And
Okay.
then my next movie was Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. That cartoon
I
Spider-Man.
really wish I
You know
would've
what?
watched that.
I'm
kinda
almost
still watch
mad
that.
I fell asleep on that a couple days ago.
It was
Not
cold.
that it was bad.
It was cold as a
It
motherfucker,
was a long
dog.
day. It was a really long day.
It was long.
You know what? I will say I'm gonna publicly apologize to that movie because I did like when that first came out. I was like, I'm not watching that. That shit looks trash.
Right. And
The
almost
animation
going
looks
out.
terrible.
He said, ain't going out. Your whole studio ain't
But
going
then
out.
I started watching. I'm like, this movie kind of fire. On the lowest of keys. They had the black Spanish dude, you know, as Spider-Man, Miles, you know what I'm saying? They had his mama in there cooking chorizo on there,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Like the culture,
I don't know.
It's a mixed dude.
Pops was it was really cultured.
Yeah.
And it was a good like all around, all audience type movie.
Yeah.
You don't really
Everybody
have
could
to
see
watch
it,
comic
yo.
books.
Yeah.
It felt like a comic book though.
It was drawn like a
the
comic
animation
book.
was really interesting. At
Yeah,
least the animation style.
The dad was
It was
the
very
typical Miles,
Yeah.
hey, Miles.
Typical
Alright,
guy.
even though two of mine's already got
Black
named,
Panther.
I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all the rundown real fast. I had Black Panther for sure.
Okay.
Almost strictly based on representation, not so much for the story. I mean, it was an okay movie, but it was.
You know, it was like
It was a Marvel movie. It was just a
Yeah,
Marvel
yeah,
movie. You know what
I
I'm saying?
never
But
freeze.
It was good to see, you know,
That's
people
the
so
problem
excited
with
for
America
something.
today. They doing it just because.
because you know the niggas want to see it.
It was just good to see people excited for something, man. Dressing up.
Yeah,
That
that's
was
what's up.
actually a cool little movement, and it was just good.
And
to
it
see.
lasted for
That's
a
what
long.
got your
It was
mind
lasted
off
for a
president,
hot ass.
Wow, it wasn't to get on It was
That's
just,
how y'all felt.
I don't think
Alright.
we could do nothing.
Alright.
I'm not gonna take
Marvel
away
movie.
anybody's chance to go be happy. If you want to
Nah.
dress up to go to the movies, do you? You know, I ain't want to dress up to see it, but
Culturally,
that's-
I was very excited for
do,
what
do
Black
you
Panther.
think? You know what? Exactly. Do
Oh,
your
all
thing.
of me, of course.
But
Then we got. I just saw Glass. I only put that on here because I didn't see enough movies this year, so it was just a good watch. If you into Split, maybe check out
M. Night
Unbreakable.
Shyamalan.
Yeah, exactly.
Now,
You into
Keith,
that whole
was-
universe.
Now, I haven't seen Glass, so don't spoil it for people who haven't seen it
Yeah, I
and the people who probably won't. Now, M. Night Shyamalan is known for all his twists and these extravagant plots and shit. Is the twist worth it in this movie? That was
Actually
the
a
big.
good question.
That
Because I heard it
was
was
the
a
big
big,
debate about
twist, yo.
Because
I heard
for
it was good as
Split,
hell.
I don't know. It depends because the twist made me feel like they were just trying to sell the next movie. Like that, it was. They didn't give you enough. The twist came right at the end of the movie. They were like, "Bam!
So they did with Split.
This is the whole plot." No,
Because Split
the
twist
way-
was that Bruce Willis was in it.
Yeah, that's not the same. They literally brought a whole nother group of people in, a whole nother universe. Like it's some whole forget the three superheroes from the movie. Forget Bruce
Fuck
Willis.
them,
forget,
Samuel
all of
Jackson.
They don't even matter.
Now,
It's some whole other
is
stuff.
the twist related to other movies that he already has, or is this
I
something?
haven't watched enough of his
or
movies
maybe
to know.
movies that he
Does
finna
he
make.
have a movie or any type of movies about an association of people to get rid of?
Not
heroes?
really. No, right?
Nah, that sounds like something that'd be.
Okay,
just-
so yeah, there's a secret.
Long
There's
as
a
you don't
secret
bring-
group behind it.
As long as he don't bring back
You know what I'm
Killer
saying?
Trees.
But when you see it, it's still a good twist. You know, I'm not killing the movie.
Shit was
but
horrible, yo.
That shit was-
I think you got to be into that world to go see that.
See, I thought Split was good. I was one of the few people who thought it was good.
I enjoyed it.
Yo, I think Split was
It's a
fucking
psychology
crazy.
film,
Yo.
I
But
guess.
only
Psychological
because
thriller.
that's true. Too.
Yeah,
But only because I knew that it was connected to another movie.
yeah.
That's really the only reason you can enjoy
the
it.
science is BS, but I like
Oh,
the
yeah.
theory they came up with. You know, it's cool.
And that's white people science.
Yeah, niggas don't come up with that.
I can't wait to hear what
He said
sound
the
effect
white
you throw under that.
If a black dude walk in any courtroom and tell somebody he had multiple personalities, each one of them going to jail.
No exception.
You getting 5 to 100 years of life. I don't give a
You,
fuck.
Larry,
Each-
David, Pete,
I
and Michael
definitely agree.
all
John,
going
that's
to
me.
cell 6.
I agree
You,
with that.
DeAndre, Anthony, you're all going to jail. I don't get no fuck.
Y'all are sick.
I mean,
Taiwan.
The justice
Right.
system is unfair.
He
That's
gotta
what
have
letting y'all
he gotta have a
say.
name Taiwan. If he's gonna be in there, the black guy
The
gotta
justice
be Taiwan.
system is unfair. Had to say that on mic so we could get that, you know, for the editing
we already
version.
know
that.
Clip.
Yeah, justice
You
system.
get
we
it.
already know that.
We on that.
That's a different topic for a different day.
Get Meek Mill down here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Meek
But
on the next episode?
my last two movies, we ain't even finished yet. So we
gotta
got
get that one.
Sorry to Bother You.
Great movie.
Just a good movie, man. Check
Great
it out.
movie.
If you ain't seen it, it's on Hulu. Go see it.
Just grab it.
It was worth the it was worth the theaters.
Y'all
Just
know
go
what's
see
crazy
it.
about Hulu?
What's
I
that?
don't know if this is a black people thing or a broke people thing, because I'm both, right?
Black and broke.
I pay
think
$1
lot of us
a
are.
month for Hulu, but everything I watch on Hulu, I go look for on Fire Stick.
See, listen. Okay. This is,
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
Mike
so now we're gonna talk
could
about
contest
it.
with this.
Now we're gonna,
I'm
this is-
already getting a deal,
See-
but I was like, man, these too many commercials, fam.
This is like the problem, man. So like, if you got the Fire Stick, why even? You know.
it was
Wow.
$1. It's like,
But you got the Fire Stick.
but it's $1.
But it's,
It's
the,
like,
but look,
It
it's
was
like
$1. That's what
it's
I'm
$1.
saying.
But come
And
on, bro.
it's-
You literally
you don't need-
But true,
you
you do
can-
have everything on the Fire Stick.
But it's on the
Actually,
Fire
do you
Stick.
get anime? Or do you not even know?
Fire Stick?
Mm-hmm.
Everything is
You
on
can
the
get
Fire
everything.
Stick.
Wow.
Everything.
Yeah, so there's no
Fire
reason.
No, Keontae. Everything? No, don't mean something. No.
Every.
All right, I had one. I know everything is on there. It's just kind of faulty.
Fire Stick kind of
But
the
you know
shit
what?
too.
I was kind of forced to get Hulu because I'm on a family plan and it's like 6 of us, but like 80 people got our password and you can only watch 2 at a time. So every night at 3 in the morning, I'm like, Hulu? No. Okay, all right. Netflix it is. So I'm like, I'm going to get my own Hulu.
Yeah, I definitely got my own. I ain't about to be doing
Yeah, I
all
just
that.
got Netflix and Fire Stick.
I'm hurt.
I mean, I pretty much go to the Fire Stick for everything that's not on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much what I do, man.
My
Fire
last
Stick.
movie, y'all super sleep on this one. Incredibles 2. Quit playing.
Oh, nah.
See, I missed Incredibles 2.
I seen Incredibles
I
2
felt-
twice,
when
my
I said it,
nigga.
but you kind of forgot. Really
But
fast.
I felt kind
Yes,
of
sir.
like childish. Like I didn't.
Nah, bro. No.
So it wasn't-
No,
It
I'm
don't
watching
matter.
it
We
tonight.
been
here
This
to
not
say
don't
it
watch
was
it
okay to
tonight.
like Incredibles 2.
Don't feel childish because Avengers was my first movie
Oh,
that I said.
Yeah, see,
And I'm definitely going to be the first person to see Toy Story next year.
I was
Me
gonna
too.
Say, like,
And
I gotta
in
see
June,
Toy
my
Story.
nigga. It come out in June.
I gotta
Not
see
even
No,
Toy
next
that's
year.
Story.
this year. No,
This year.
I haven't seen
It come out in
Toy
June.
Yeah, I've seen this year.
I
And I'm
was
seeing
like-
Lion King when that comes out. I'm seeing
Lion
Lion
King,
I'm
King.
not going to see that, but like, if that's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm
I literally
going-
just
I
use
won't feel
kids
bad
as an
for
excuse. I'm like, oh, you want to go see?
Yeah.
Come on, let's go.
I'm going to see that.
Let's go, bro.
That's what y'all.
I'm going to see it to hate on it, honestly.
Wow. I feel
Interesting.
it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I don't give a fuck what. These are our movies, not your kids' movies. Like
Wow.
Avengers.
And
I
I gotta-
mean
It just got
Incredibles.
real aggressive
And I'm-
with the
Fuck these kids.
This is
yo.
our movie.
Fuck these
This is our
kids.
movie.
This is
Timed
our
out.
movie.
I don't know if that matters.
Oh, no, we good.
Okay.
And
Fuck these
also,
kids.
too, I was kind of scared about. Let me get into the microphone. I'm better than that. I was kind of scared about Incredibles though, because I feel like if the movie that has like that much hype behind it,
Yeah,
bad.
there's only so much you can put into like that little amount of time.
and
like,
also it's been 10 years.
Did you
And
watch it though?
No, but where I'm going with this, you would think something like that would have a bigger impact.
True, I just liked it for the nostalgia. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it's
Ain't
kinda
nothing-
But it was a great ass movie.
I
though.
didn't
coming
hear
out. I
Yeah,
gotta watch
nothing
it.
about it.
It was just a good watch though. But Disney has a lot of good movies. I'm just not a kid enough to watch them all. But that was one I had to go see. Like, it's a couple
Nah, yeah,
Disney
yeah,
movies
there's,
where I'm like,
like-
I actually really like the art style. I like what it looks like. Like Big Hero 6 looks cool.
Yeah,
Like,
Big
the,
Hero 6
The one
was
where the
great.
emotions was out there. I was like, I wish I could just be a kid and sit at home and watch this all day. Like, but I couldn't. I ain't even get the chance to either.
That's the only reason I was scared to watch it. I'm like, I didn't really hear nothing about it, and it
Yeah.
didn't really do much outside of
understand
this
that.
like
You know, that's
anticipation. So I ain't
and
really-
it came out Father's Day weekend. So my nigga, that all the shows was sold out. I had to wait a whole another week to watch it.
He said I couldn't even go.
I've
in.
never-
I couldn't
wanted
even go
to.
I've never
in.
even had that issue at the theater.
I couldn't even go in when I
It
wanted
was
to. Yeah,
every
me neither,
show.
bro.
We got there 2 in the afternoon. It was like 6 gone, 9 gone, 11 gone. I said, well, bitch,
That's
we could
because
see
all
this
the
movie with
talking
Gabrielle
Puerto Rican girls
Union.
you watch the movies with took all the tickets.
Wow.
And
Oh my God, look at Mr. Incredible.
no,
He's so stretchy. He's so
What the-
stretchy.
the fuck is this? Like,
He's so stretchy.
the fuck is this? And I'm saying like, bitch, please.
No, but
Oh, funny. Mr.
Key,
Incredible.
defend the hate you give.
yes,
Defend-
we gotta get into that. We
I
can't.
actually-
I haven't seen the
I
movie.
wasn't here to defend Hate You Give. I actually I like the movie. I feel like
now you gotta
Let's
defend
talk
it.
about it.
Now you gotta
no, but I can't defend it.
That's the rules.
I'm
So the
just
rules
gonna,
are if
I'm
you
just
like
gonna
it,
go on my spiel.
We stick
If
to
you
a
like it, you
strict
gotta
rule
stand by
book
it.
here.
I'm
Yes,
gonna
rules,
go on
man.
my spiel, and we gonna see how y'all feel about it. I
Yes,
thought it
rules.
was a great movie to watch. You know, you just want to go see a movie about the topic. But I honestly, it will maybe someone who's seen it. I would love for someone who was actually in the live to say how they felt about the movie. Also, if you saw,
So
Hate
please
You
let us
Give.
know.
If
Just
you a
curious.
black person with any sense and you like the hate you give, yo,
Wow.
hit me and we can talk.
Like it?
Shots
Oh,
at
and
the
I gotta
wall.
hear this.
But no, honestly, it was really good. I just didn't see the point of bringing the gang in and like the whole point I thought was we were gonna show this police officer getting the justice he deserved because it's a movie and you can write it that way. But I guess they wanted to be more real. They were giving it. They're like, well, police officers get off, the officer gets off, and then there's a aspect of a gang that was completely unnecessary. And I'm just like, why did we even promote this representation? You know what I'm saying? There was no reason. Like,
I
there's
will
enough
tell you
of that.
100%
There are enough
why
gangs.
There was representation. Of
Go
that.
for it.
And this is also my biggest problem with that movie. To me going to see that movie and expecting the results that I may or may not have expected is also like me going to a horror movie written by a pastor.
I mean,
It's extremely
it was named
biased.
after a Tupac quote though, and then you're gonna
But it's written by a white person.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, so when you throw that,
I
in
assumed
there,
that he was.
But directed by a black.
So as soon as you say they threw gangs in there that didn't have to be in there, and she was dry snitching, that's why.
Yeah, like the whole point where she tells on the gang and that creates the issue. Like there was no reason for that to happen.
Now
she could have just went on TV and said her piece without even doing it.
Let me rectify my statements here, so I don't throw myself in a bad light.
Bad light.
White person writing a movie has nothing to do with my problem of this movie. A white person writing this movie and expecting it to be taken seriously is my problem with the movie.
Interesting.
From the trailer alone, and I'm not the person to judge a movie off a trailer, just because I know how trailers are made to sell a movie.
Okay.
But when I see a black dude get pulled over, I don't care if it's a movie, TV show, or real life.
Yeah.
Name me a black person y'all know. In real life.
Y'all know.
In real life.
That's serious.
Get pulled out the car and for any reason reach in the car. Being a black person pulled over by a white police officer.
Yeah,
They played it okay. He was
realistically
a kid.
though.
He was a kid.
I mean,
You know better.
But
And
even as a
he
kid,
was playing. He was doing it for the girl. It was like he was showing off for her. Like
I have been
trying
pulled
to be,
over with
Yeah,
a girl in
bro.
the car.
You
Do
are
you know how
not-
that interaction?
Yeah.
I wasn't
You're
even
not a
legal
high
yet.
schooler, and you're
This
just
was
not you.
this was in high school.
Power of the pen. They do what they want.
This
man.
was in
It a
high
kid.
school.
It's not like illogical. It's not like
Oh the fuck it's not.
Bruh. It don't matter what you say to a kid. If he trying to show off for a girl,
I mean, but
you
if
know
you're
what,
black,
what
you
he
have
do.
to.
But
What he
look,
do
you know
for
what?
girls, man.
You know,
Right,
I would
yeah.
agree with
Talk
you if
though.
this was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
If you I'm
Kids have the internet. Kids have social media. None of this is
Okay.
secret.
I can get that, but it's still jokesters out here.
So kids, true, but even a jokester will only go so far in real life.
My
Right?
nigga, I'm a jokester and I
If
wouldn't
you
even
ain't never been around no guns, you don't really got no fear of the police. Which I'm like, I don't have that much fear of police. I ain't been in that many running. You know what I'm saying?
I don't have a fear
Might
of the
do
police,
something real fast,
but I have a realistic expectation of what could happen.
And then I also believe as black men,
had a
like,
brush.
we had to talk.
That's my point.
It-
That's my point. White person wrote a black dude reaching in the car to grab a brush. Meanwhile, in real life, people are getting pulled over for letting the police know that they have a weapon in the car, legally registered.
Okay.
I'm not fucking with it.
Okay,
I
I actually
said-
do get your point
you-
in that aspect because it could
Thank-
have just been a more like a well-written situation.
That wasn't
That's all you're
realistic.
saying.
And
Okay,
then
yeah.
who you know just gonna say, he was cool. He was, dealing with all the gangs and, he was selling crack and shit. Like, come on,
that's not
who's doing that?
I
on
agree.
this? You know what I'm
I do
saying?
agree with that aspect. It could
And
have
then
been a little
also,
more.
this movie also is on my list of, I publicly protest black struggle movies.
Interesting.
It's not a struggle. There's
Black man died, pulled over by the police.
no. I didn't give the whole movie. I didn't give the whole movie.
Please, because I can still put this as a black struggle movie.
The whole thing is
Black struggle.
it's about what the situation does for her and who she becomes after being someone who's like now an activist,
What did she go through?
losing her friend, and then also living a lie almost. You know what I'm saying?
So would she have struggled in this movie? Emotionally, personally, mentally, socially? Would she have struggled?
And
Let me know when I'm
She
wrong.
lived a good life.
It's a
It wasn't
movie,
like
not
a struggle
you
story.
a
Like,
politician,
oh,
and-
or, you know what
But you
I'm saying?
feel them though, like if you.
I get what
you
he's
don't
saying.
wanna watch it, like,
100%.
I mean, I kind of get it's kind of like my idea with like slavery movies. I don't watch.
Yeah, I
those.
hate slavery.
I don't watch. Like I don't do that. 40 years.
You
of
know what?
slavery,
I
I don't watch
And
the
here's-
slavery movies.
and
I'm not with that.
why don't you watch them?
I read about it enough. Like why am I?
We
why,
know
Why do I
enough.
want to
Like,
see it?
what else can you tell me
You know
that
what I'm
surprises
saying?
about us
And
being
that
slaves?
whole getting white people hip is a bullshit excuse to me.
They're hip.
Because at some point, this is what I learned working around white people. They don't care.
Yeah, man. They don't.
Yes, they do.
It's,
No,
I mean,
they
to a
do.
certain extent.
I'm happy
To
you
a
said
certain
that because I work with
Here's
people.
To a
why
certain
they
extent, I
don't
feel like
care.
everybody cares.
I'm gonna tell you why they don't care. They don't care about our history as much as we don't care about whatever white people problems are, because we don't live it. It's not in our face every day. As
That's
black,
natural.
that's what I'm saying. So you're only gonna care about what you're around, right?
I get you.
And by care, I mean, let me say in the know. You're not informed enough about it.
I'm only take this moment to give
And-
a point to all the white people.
And real quick,
Listen,
before he gets that
continue
point,
to
I want to get this bar off real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
If a movie is your first resource for historical fact, that says more.
Okay,
Never mind.
That's the issue. That's a whole different
We
problem.
gonna talk about it later.
That's another episode. That's another
Right.
episode. You
Right.
becoming a politician.
Shout out to the white people out there. I know, but for real though, there's like this
We
lady at my
definitely
job
appreciate
that
you. I have a lot
anytime
of-
we talk about
lot
news
of
issues
friends.
or anything, you know what I'm saying? She take her time, you know, like
She the
we were
first
talking about
person.
legalization. I'm just chilling, you know. I'm not on that. I'm
As
not.
Key does.
But
Right.
she took the time to be like, you know, I just hate that there are so many people getting locked up for something that's legal. I was like, yo, like I know this. You
Like,
didn't just
out the
teach me
blue,
anything.
yeah, like,
You
out
didn't
the
teach
blue,
me
it
no
was like,
new shit.
You know
Like,
what I'm saying?
no new shit.
She was trying to connect, you know, she was taking her little stand wherever she took it. I hope she do it around her own people.
Most definitely.
That would be more
That's the
important
ones
than
we need
doing
to
it in front
hear.
of me.
Yeah, that's the ones
But
we need to hear.
you know, I appreciated the moment.
Right.
Shouts out to y'all. Keep doing good things.
Yeah, I
man.
mean,
say something whenever
It's
you
the
can.
same thing with like me at work. Like one of my white coworkers was telling me like how I struggle to be black, and I'm like, well, I'm black. You can't tell me how to be black, and I'm already black. I already know the struggle.
It's just what it is.
She's like, it's very hard for African Americans, and I'm sitting here like, I was like, well,
Am I not?
you don't say.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Well,
don't
look
tell
at that.
me
Well,
about
would you look
that.
at this, huh?
I'm also kind of mad that we're labeled African Americans too. That would imply we actually
Came from
here.
Africa.
From Africa.
Black American.
How so?
Black American.
Because if I see somebody who I think is Asian walking down the street and I label them Asian American and they were born in Ohio, they're not an Asian American.
I pretty much agree. I just
You know what
want
I'm
to hear
saying?
you
It's
say
just like, but again, that's on another
Yeah, man.
topic. Let's
man.
stick to the movie, shall we?
No, the movie was actually we could have moved on. Or we
To
could
the
stay
next
on
topic,
end.
we're gonna talk about in the ears. So in the ears, we're gonna have to talk about our personal album of 2018.
Ready.
Oh, we
What's
can
our
Just
What's our
jump
favorite
right
album of 2018? We're gonna start with the guest first. I feel like it's
Oh,
only right.
yeah.
I feel like it's only
Pull
right
out
as
the
a
phone.
guest.
Artist.
Pull out
As
the
a music
phone.
artist,
Yeah, of course. You make
you know,
your own
you
music.
make it like
what resonates with
2018,
you.
not
2018, not this year.
Shameless
So if
plug.
some came out this year, you can't pick it.
Shameless plug. In 2018, an artist dropped an EP labeled For Better or Worse.
For Better or
That's
Worse.
4 stylized as a number. Better or Worse, one word. It's an EP, by the way, by AWillThaGreat. That was one of my personal favorites. Also have another project dropping in March. I don't know the day yet, but drop in March.
For better or worse.
Sweatpants in the Summertime drops in March, by the way, on all DSPs. But in 2018, my favorite album to come out. Oh boy, this is a loaded question.
It's not a loaded question.
It is because I like different albums for different reasons.
Nope.
Yeah, that's kind of hard. It was,
And-
that's how I felt about
And
it.
as an artist now, I judge music differently.
If you feel like you want to make an honorable mention to an artist or something, that's fine.
No,
If
it's
you
not
wanna
even
leave
that.
somebody out, but you
It's
gotta
because
pick.
I can listen to an album I know for this artist is bad,
Pick
but it's fucking amazing to listen to.
2018.
So what is your
Pick
2018
your
favorite album?
Ain't nobody letting you out of this, man. You can't.
Here at the Table Podcast, I will definitely be
All right,
telling
if I
us
had to
right
pick an
now.
album I have been playing a lot from 2018 and make that my favorite, I'll make it both the Tory Lanez albums.
Oh,
See
okay.
if we
I
can
fuck
make
with
some
Tory
money.
Lanez.
Because
What did he make a chicks tape too or something? What?
No, well,
He made 2 albums this year.
Mixtapes 2, you on 5 now, man.
I'm
Yeah,
saying,
he on
did-
5
I'm
coming out.
saying, in addition to the album he just dropped, did he?
No,
drop
he dropped the
mixtape
album
too?
early. I think it was February.
And then he
or
dropped
spring
one
last year.
in
Then he
summertime.
dropped one, in the
What
last
was
year.
the
The first one
February?
was Memories Don't Die.
Memories Don't
Oh,
Die.
okay. I actually do remember
They
that. I
had
didn't
Bust
like
It Down
that.
and
I didn't like
Shooters
that.
on that.
I like the second
I
one.
love that album. But then I played Love Me Now, and
Love Me Now is fire.
I literally, this is not a joke.
Let me know. It's
My
fine.
bad. I'm sorry. Stainless Steel.
Standing still on the kneecaps.
I play that album almost every day from top to bottom.
What's your favorite song on the album?
Yes.
Who's in that? Or is that song?
Every song.
I took that moment. I was with it though.
Yes.
I'm on the ball. I'm with it.
What
Is
up?
there a feature in that?
Yeah, it's many features.
It's 2 Chainz on
2
there.
Chainz, Chris Brown,
Okay.
Trey Songz,
Gunna's
kinda
on
dropping
there.
my
Red.
A Boogie's on there.
No, I'm
Trippie
talking
Redd.
about the song you just named. Yes. Is there a feature on that?
No. My answer is yes.
I said,
2
what's your favorite song on the
song.
album?
Yes.
There's a song named that. Right?
No.
He
The
likes
album-
everything.
The album is
The
my
favorite song
album.
is that. I was kind of confused, so I'm not going. I was there with you. I was like, yes. So
Say it
it's a
again for
song.
people
I
in
was
the back.
so
It's a song
lost
name,
right
yes.
now.
I was like,
Oh
okay, it's a
my
song
Now I'm
name,
sitting there like,
yes.
I got it. We looked at each other.
Yeah, me and Key like, it's
I
the
got it.
song
And then I
name,
thought I
yes.
had it, and I tried to explain it to
Yeah, and I
everybody,
was like,
but
okay,
I didn't have.
I'm gonna let you have the floor. I'm like, he gonna figure this out. We gonna figure it. Yeah, we gonna figure out
Y'all
what it
sitting here
is.
looking at each other. We like,
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah,
Key,
but
is
it
it
is-
yes?
yeah.
Like,
No, I
Yeah.
enjoy the entire album, but the album that I enjoy a lot that I know is not a good album would be like Scorpion, for example.
Interesting.
Okay.
I love Scorpion, but as a Drake album, it's a terrible album.
Yeah, I was gonna say it too.
It's a
Drake
Drake
being
album.
one of my favorites albums. So
But that album is probably the most replayable Drake album that he's made.
Ever?
I could argue.
Stop it.
I could argue.
We're not even gonna do this.
Ooh, the
I
Drake
could argue.
debate.
We will be here all
Drake
night
debate.
talking
We
about
could,
Drake,
because
bro.
I'm
not
in my-
even gonna do.
We could. And
Drake
because I'm the
debate?
wrong person to have a Drake debate with because I'm a Drake fan for real. And his best album.
You know me.
What's
Don't
his
say, don't
what's
say
his
it like
best
it's not
album?
another
No,
band in
that,
the room.
it's for
Real
the listeners.
fans.
For the listeners.
For the listeners.
Wait. So
No.
let me ask you this: what's your favorite song on Scorpion?
Oh, come on, Jaded.
I agree with that too.
Jade is my favorite song on there. I really like Finesse, Ratchet Happy Birthday.
Yeah.
Um,
It's your.
that shit is cold.
It's your.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I was gonna say mine's is fine.
Wait to clip that.
That's gonna be all the sound like.
Yes, sir. This is a
And then like half a side A,
Yeah, I like Final Fantasy.
where he
one of
not
my
forcing it.
favorites. Yeah, cause he, he went through that phase of that Bahamas shit, and
I see.
and it was bad, man.
I see you, love. Keep going.
I'm
I don't
not-
want to
No, that was it. That was it.
I'm
for me.
talking
I'm
to the
talking
live.
about-
That's why I said it real fast.
I'm not a
Hold
Drake
on.
fan.
Okay, what up? All right.
So what was your?
Oh yeah, so we albums.
What's
How
yours?
about
What's
we-
yours? Yeah, we gonna
Favorite
go
album,
around.
favorite
Are
album.
we going like this?
We'll
Easy.
save the Drake debate for the after.
Yeah, please save the Drake stuff, man.
'Cause his
I
best
got,
album ain't even
I got
his best
Astro
album.
World, man. Travis Scott,
Oh, come
amazing
on, get the
year
fuck out
all
of here.
around.
That's
Sure.
the most overrated album of
Yeah, it kind of was.
16
bro. I
song
ain't gonna
journey,
cap.
man. If
Key,
you
I'm
ain't
with
heard
you,
it,
bro.
go
I'm
ahead and
with
check
you,
it
bro.
out. It got
I'm
whatever
with you, bro.
vibe you looking
That
for.
shit got to be one of your top 3
Any-
albums of 2018.
Any vibe you looking for,
Top
man.
three?
My boy
Top
Travis
3.
brought it right through.
I mean,
Brought it right through. Better than anybody else gonna do it. So yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, he did his. He put his foot in. that
Hats
shit,
off
bro.
to him. You know, man, taking over his lane. Can you name another artist who can do it, or should we just move on?
Wait, repeat.
a name of
Yeah,
the artist that can
taking
take
over his lane.
Who did that?
He did.
Who is he?
Travis.
He did not.
Who was in front of him?
He abandoned his lane. That's why I don't like Astro World.
No, it
That's
was
not
still
him.
him.
No, it was
Yeah,
not.
it
Yes,
was,
it
bro.
was.
No, it wasn't.
It was the evolution.
Listen to Rodeo. Listen to Birds. Listen to Day
do.
Before.
Rodeo
Still
was
do.
definitely
I
the
listen to them all the
first song
time.
I
That's
ever-
not Travis.
First album I ever listened
It's
to.
just different,
This
bro.
is why I don't like it.
From Rodeo
this
to
is why-
Birds, there's a difference already. You know what I'm saying?
It is, but
It's
it's
a lot
still,
of people who ain't heard this too. We can't stick on this too long.
You're
I
right.
know.
You're right. But it is. I'll be super quick. It's Birds and Rodeo. They're different, but they're still Travis. I can identify them as a Travis album. This album I can identify
It's
as
the evolution.
no. This is a market album.
Oh,
Except
explain
Sicko
that.
Mode.
Explain
Besides
that.
Sicko Mode,
Explain
no, it's
that.
not. It's not even that many
Easily.
radio
Also,
hits.
easily. This is
Meek
not a-
Mill probably had more radio hits than Astro.
I will actually agree.
Like
with you.
literally, besides Sicko Mode, wasn't nothing getting pushed like that. It was a good album. That's all it was.
Lack of radio hits don't necessarily define his intent
Him.
on the album.
That's true. Okay, I'll give you that. That's simple.
I mean,
logic.
like, Astro
All right.
I don't
was
know
a
the
great ass
track off the top
album,
of my
bro.
head, so
Astro World was a great ass
You
album.
got R.I.P. Screw. You got the song with Juice WRLD, which I can't think of.
the fact that I don't even know half these.
Can't
songs.
say.
I like the Astro
Yeah.
Thunder song.
Astro Thunder is one of my favorites.
I like that song.
The song with The Weeknd, I don't know why
Skeletons
I'm blanking
or
on
some
the name.
shit.
I skipped
Skeletons,
that
I think.
I
whole
believe you. Wake Up is with The Weeknd.
Oh, okay,
Wake
okay.
Up. If you, that's the one song. Y'all can go
Man,
check
I'm
that
be
out.
honest with you.
Like a little R&B.
I bumped the A Boogie album more than I do the Travis album.
I'm hurt to hear that, and we're just gonna move on.
He said I'm
What
hurt.
is your opinion?
Don't say that like
I
A Boogie ain't
mean,
nice.
yeah, I
now.
haven't.
Yo, A Boogie is kind of to me.
Yeah, he
so
is.
just
He's not
please,
bad.
just like I don't even want to kill.
I mean,
nobody
mine's
like
is
that,
pretty
'cause I
simple,
love
and
artists.
you already gave your opinion on it, but I'm just gonna say it again. Definitely the J. Cole, the KOD, and I only like it for reasons like this. Okay, I'm the type of guy when I listen to music, it has to affect me in a certain way. So I like to listen, and I like it to tell me a story whenever I'm listening to the music. And for some reason, like J. Cole, KOD just had that playback value. I feel like I got something for it. Like, it kind of, in a way, taught me about a lot of different things.
Yeah, you know what?
Like, it was very informative as far
Yep.
as, like, the black, well, yeah, I'm going to say black community. As far as the black community and the young community, when it comes to the drug intake, like, it's really serious. And I'm
Bro,
pretty sure we know how serious it is.
You know what's
but-
crazy? I listened to that
You
whole
better
album
know.
when it came out. And I said, man, it's all right. You know, J. Cole do his thing.
Yeah,
but I'm just now coming back and listening to, like, bro, Motivate, Go Hard as a motherfucker.
Motivate.
He
Yeah,
sound
it
like
was
two
crazy.
different ass
It was
rappers,
crazy.
yo.
About to start
He sound like,
singing.
And I was
was
about to
thinking,
go.
bro.
Yeah, but I was
He
like,
about to turn
I said,
up.
I was about,
Motivate.
hey.
My shoulder was leaning.
But
I said,
yes, bro,
Motivate.
it went hard. I would say J. Cole definitely, in my opinion, was my favorite album as far as content. But when I go to something that I enjoy to listen to, it would have to be the Travis. I'm not gonna lie. Like I would like to say I didn't listen to it, but it's like you know.
The vote graphic because I gotta.
I had to like it's that it's just that he had that listen value that I was just like
bro,
you know what.
And you just was like
this.
Holy shit, yo!
I was journey,
and you know
it was a trippy journey.
You know what's crazy? If Astro were on your top 3 albums of 2018, you doing something wrong, and that was my number one.
I'm not gonna say top 3. I would say he's in top 5.
Or top 5.
He's in my top 5.
I've been listening to a lot of music too, though.
Yeah, 2018 was a big push of music. It was a lot. It was too many albums.
I haven't even listened to the album in the past 2 weeks.
I really
still feel like
it was only a few albums I made priority, but some of that I'm like, I can't keep up.
Yeah, it was just too much. You just let it fly by.
Let's
find out weeks later.
Let Kese run that.
Yeah, let Kese get that off. And then I'm going to tell you my little J. Cole spiel.
Oh, he about to go off.
It ain't bad. It ain't bad. I'm going to give you my J. Cole spiel.
So Kese, what was your album?
My favorite album of 2018 was probably DiCaprio 2.
Ooh, Jid. Interesting.
I'm so
that was an interesting.
I mean, you know what was crazy? I listened to it, was like, bro, this shit. That's one of the albums I listened to, and Astroworld. I don't mean to bring that up again. That I listened to. I don't want to bring it up.
Gotta throw
but it was
Astroworld.
Y'all going to see
Astroworld.
When he comes? Are y'all going to the Travis show?
I'll be working it.
So you'll be there.
I'll be working.
You'll be there.
I'll be working.
I don't think so.
He didn't really like that album. All right.
So there you go.
I'm not big on the live performances, and I would want to be close to see Travis, and I know his shit gets crazy.
Yeah.
And they not about to. You know what I'm saying? I just can't partake in the mosh pit.
I don't blame you.
See, my thing is, it's too much. It's too much for us, yo. Like,
I love it. We can have fun, but the mosh pit is just something else.
The mosh pit.
As I've gotten older,
that shit sounds dangerous, yo.
As I've gotten older, man, I can only go to shows where I know it's gonna be a small room of people.
Comfort.
People I know performing.
Dude.
Man, if I gotta pay an entrance fee on top of a soda fee, a hot dog fee, and I gotta sit and barely see you, and it's 1,000 people running around,
and motherfuckers screaming, all that.
Yo, just send me the YouTube link. I'll watch it on there.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't gotta be there to feel it. I really don't.
Link it up.
That's true.
I mean,
Link it up.
yeah, I mean, this was hard though. I mean, there's a lot of motherfucking albums that I tried to make a top 10 and I barely could do it, yo, because there was so much music that came out last year.
It was too much. It was too much. We on a time press?
No, we're not pressed on time. I'm just happy. He's being very aware of the time right now, and I appreciate it.
What y'all got next? Oh, my J. Cole spiel. I want to tell you
this.
this.
Be honest.
Your
Talk
table.
about it.
You know what I think? I had to evaluate myself and be honest, all right? I think I'm starting to be that J. Cole fan, or just that fan of ours who's stuck. Because I really hated his last 3 projects.
Oh, and you feel like you just want something from him that you never gonna get?
Yeah.
I feel this way about Chief Keef for the rest of my life. I'm like,
wait.
I feel it. I relate. I like J. Cole evolution, but I'm just saying I know that feeling.
Yeah, and the other thing too is like with the other J. Cole projects, I was getting a good mix of like his life, the come up, the struggle.
There's no more of that to.
He good now.
Yeah, he's putting other people on, bro.
My nigga, you're fine, yo. Like,
there's nothing for him to do.
Bro, it's like,
bro.
I'm folding clothes.
Yeah, like I'm straight now, bro. Like,
Mary, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Pop
Mary life.
Crib,
Mary life.
We back at it.
Neighbors think I'm selling. He made a hit out of it.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at that.
Small thing.
2014 got more songs that I like on it, but like For Your Eyes and then KOD. I think the other thing I've started to notice.
For Your For Your Eyes was such a snooze.
Oh my God.
For Your Eyes is very
You know what? I don't
that's
even
a
like
replay
making the
value.
J. Cole is Born jokes because I like J. Cole.
Snooze.
That album was
boring.
And you know what though?
God,
You know what's crazy? I think it's because of all them soft beats it had. And I'm like,
Dude, he even made the Tiller beat sound bad.
Oh yeah, he did.
He did.
That song was okay. It was listenable, but I haven't went back to hear it. When it came out, I listened to it.
It was one of them. I was like,
But I've never.
he about to get in the shit on his next verse.
Here it comes.
Man, next song.
Here it comes.
It's coming.
And the other thing with J. Cole is, see, for me, music has become like escapism. So I don't like to hear a lot of protest in my music.
Yo, I've never thought about this.
I'm not a huge conscious person.
I think I agree.
Like, I don't not conscious rappers, but it's just not what I like to listen. Because when I listen to music, I'm either relaxing,
right,
decompressing or something, or on a drive. So having to hear on the news and on my phone enough.
Trump is a bad guy.
America don't fuck with you niggas. And then on the music when I'm enjoying myself, America don't fuck with you niggas. All right,
okay, gotta get a break from this.
I've never thought about that on a deeper note.
Yeah, like music I listen to, I like to step back.
That's why I was
like that
explaining
idea.
to you a little bit, bro. Like we was talking about that earlier. Like I listen to the hard stuff, certain occasions, but I just like a lot of chill music. Like a lot of my music is displaced from like my everyday real life.
Even if shit I don't listen to ain't chill, it ain't about what's
going
worrying me right now.
Yeah, it's like it's a different mode, most definitely.
I don't know. I think I agree. Cause I mess around and let a song like literally not be draking. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll let a song really affect my mood. Like, I'll either get sad or like I might drive different. Like,
can't help it,
literally
definitely will.
Like, it's a whole. So
it's funny because it could be a super soft song, and I'm like, damn, I'm kind of hitting. Then it'll be like, you know what I'm saying? Vote, pay your taxes, and I'm like, yo, this nigga, shut the fuck up. I know this already. Damn.
Pay your taxes.
Pay your taxes.
Say what's up to your neighbor.
Safe to say he did not like 444 guys.
No, whoa.
Don't say that. Don't say that. That's blasphemy to him.
Like
Jay-Z is like,
it's okay. Look, don't.
hey, hold on now.
You're doing
Just
exceptions.
words.
Words mean things, okay?
You can't take them back on stage.
That's my favorite rapper, Jay-Z. I love that album. That's the album I want him to end on, which I know he's not going to. Which is, can we talk about how Jay-Z and Beyonce?
He already made the Carters. Actually, I looked into that for a 2018 pick, but I just can't pick.
Can we talk about how that was the most useless album of 2018?
The Carters?
Yes.
Why do you say useless?
That
Can you
shit
describe
came
what
and went
useless
so
means?
goddamn fast.
Their core fans are loving it somewhere.
I would say that happened.
They have such like a solid fan base. Go ahead.
That helped, but I would also say it went so fast because like the push of music, bro. Like it's so much. I feel like, but
with Jay and Beyonce,
but regardless though, like it got. That's when the core fans come in though.
That was really did enough.
I don't know. I don't know. That's my point. Stack my money fast though.
Name the songs.
But yeah, I feel like that's really the case though, bro.
Who bumps that album? I feel like that album was literally just to sell that.
Do you know how many people is playing that shit right now?
That definitely.
No, I don't. That's why
they fans.
All of their fans.
I refuse to believe that they're. Y'all saying it like this is not a big core.
I mean, it's a very big core. It's a very big core. It's a very, very big
like
core.
saying like just not Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Yeah, it's Jay-Z and Beyonce, but the amount
is
of
a
music.
thing. Like let's
that's what I'm trying to say.
Nigga,
For
that
real,
shit's
of course,
serious.
we know that. We know that, bro. But I'm just.
I just don't feel like artists of their caliber should have an album that goes so like. Oh, that was
Swift
cute.
in the wind.
Yeah,
Okay.
like
I
you said,
didn't know they had one until I looked on Spotify and shit.
Watch this. When did KOD come out?
That came out.
Very early 2018.
Yeah, very early.
And that was your
March.
album of the year.
Yeah.
You said Travis, right? That came out summer? Lasted, right?
It came out April 20th.
April 2018.
2018.
Okay, very early. Mm-hmm. And I like the Tory album. That came out early. That didn't have as much impact as the newer one did. But anyway, I don't feel like that album really moved outside of the tour. Honestly.
But this is only a room for people. That's the only reason it's like limited.
But if it's not fun if we're not ignorant. So.
Wow.
I mean, yeah.
Wow.
Because I'm standing on it. I'm standing on it. I simply feel like, yeah, bro, just too much.
I can only go off this information right here.
Yeah, most definitely.
I'm with it.
And Google. Who is playing the Beyonce and Jay-Z?
Yeah, bro.
There is
no
currently
results.
Nobody's playing it.
No results found.
I didn't know they had one until I literally looked on Spotify.
Yeah, it's like I know there was like
Damn,
dropping a few songs, but I ain't know they had a full album. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
I ain't go that far.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all got J&B real messed up right now.
Says the person who can't name a song.
That's why, like, it's J and
because
B,
I'm not a
like you
fan.
give them their respect, but yeah, it's like we giving them their respect, bro. What more can we do for them?
I mean, they sell.
I'm done with this.
Like, yeah, like I don't know what else. Like, they were where they were. They did what they did. That's it. That's
I don't
it.
even know what you niggas still talking about.
That's it for J and B, bro. That's all.
I don't know what you niggas still talking
What
about.
they got is what they got.
I've never heard somebody end the conversation.
There is no more. There is no more to be said.
Nah, it was it, man.
Nope.
It's done. They're done,
All right,
bro.
then what's next on the docket then? What's next on the hot list?
Well, next on the hot list, and could you give the viewers some advice, man? Any ending words?
Any newcomers saying like, you know, how to make their own music or how to even get into this business?
Okay, I got you. I'm a bit of a pessimist at times, so you'll have to forgive me. If you don't know if you really want to do it, don't. That's for one. For two is the less you compare yourself to people, the easier life gets for whatever field or whatever craft you may be operating in.
100.
The more you keep it just about you and be selfish with your progress, then you'll actually start to see it. 3 would be don't reflect on the bad days too much, because everybody has them. And then 4, just don't forget everybody got the same filters on their photos. Like that's a bar for you. If you really know what I'm saying, like everybody got the same filters. Use yours.
Use them.
You know what I'm saying? Like use your filter.
Free game.
Why?
Free game.
Why?
Why?
Why not?
Why?
It's there.
Why not? Yeah.
Free game.
It's there. I mean, it's free.
It's free game.
I actually be like, I don't know. I just didn't feel
See,
it.
you're not thinking on a metaphysical level like I am. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
not. I'm not.
It's all about the mathematics. You feel me?
Brother Anthony. Listen, my brother. Listen, my young brother.
Old school. I'm not with the.
No, but not with that. I mean, like everyone has the same access to the same tools.
Oh,
Like
why you ain't say that? I'm thinking it was.
I told you, it's a bar.
Yeah, like I got it. I got
what
what
I'm
you
a
like.
simple
Same
kid.
20,
Same
same 24
simple
hours in
kid.
the day
You know what I'm saying?
type
We got the
thing.
same 24. We got the same.
Most
tools,
definitely, I was picking it.
Same studios, same gear, same this, same that. Everybody knows the photographers involved.
Everybody get the
If
same
you need a photo
tools.
shoot, it's not like you can't get one.
Most
If you need
definitely.
studio time, it's not like you can't get one. If you need an email sent, it's not like you can't do it or find the email. Like
And do everything he just said too, just so y'all know.
Big plug.
This is
Big
Studio
plug.
444.
Y'all
very,
see where
very
we
self-sustaining.
at.
Y'all listening to him?
Y'all see where we at.
Listen to him.
This is self-sustained.
One
over
more
here,
time.
For sure.
Yes, sir.
For sure. Yeah, put that on there.
Right there.
Also got
There we
another
go.
Yeah, we got the 440.
Oh yeah, I hit that sign.
Oh, yeah, we
We
got
already did that, but show him
I hit that
again.
sign,
Show him
yeah.
again before we
No,
part
that's actually a
ways.
very smooth picture. That would be my top
Good
4.
marketing, you know.
You know that.
That would be
You know
my
that,
top 4. If I had to give, and I have to do 5, I would say don't do it just because.
Don't do it just because. That's a very.
Don't
That's
do
the
it
most
just
important.
because.
That's probably
Well,
the biggest.
I ain't
one
gonna lie. I
would
would
say,
tell
don't do
somebody
it
to just
because.
possibly just do something. Just maybe. If you're looking for something to do, you gotta try something out sometime.
Depends, man.
But the
Well,
drive-
don't risk it. Risk and reward. You gotta weigh that on your own. We not here for
Nope, can't even do that.
that. You know,
Because reward is non-existent in some fields. Like I said, for me as an artist, there is no reward until I make $1 million.
well, the reward can also be the joy. I feel you on the monetary aspect because that's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah,
You know, but everybody not in it for that. I know a lot of people.
Very true.
You
And
know,
I-
they just looking for something to make them happy more so than.
And like I said, that's why I've been doing it going for as long as I have. 4 or 5 years, I lost count. But that's the main reason I do it, because I'm happy doing it. Like
Yes, sir.
it's not a burden for me to come here and spend 3-4 hours on one song.
Right.
Like it's more so an experience.
It's the joy of
Or to record this
yeah.
Yeah, no, this ain't a burden at all.
and handle, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
we
saying it's
appreciate
impromptu. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the
Editing
spot.
and all that.
I'm on the spot with
But
it.
they don't know that. Surprise guest, yeah.
Yeah,
This
surprise
was,
guest
this
is
was not
also-
the intended guest also.
Yes,
so
sir.
Thank you very
This
much.
was something
Thank you, and we
last
appreciate
minute,
you.
but I mean,
We appreciate
vibing
you.
so
Always
we
something for the home team.
We appreciate
I
this.
think we made do. I think we made.
We definitely made do with what we had, and we had in to make it better. So, hey, Will, we want to thank you for coming to the
I
table.
want to thank you all.
thank you for
allowing me
coming to the table.
We
First
appreciate
episode.
it. Want to run through one more time?
Whole lot of love. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, whoever that is. I see y'all. I recognize a lot of them names.
Young Key, your boy Young Mike,
Appreciate y'all.
Young Keys. The table, man. We signing out.
Woo!